Hey, welcome back. This is your project task number 2. And what it's doing is it's just basically getting you to start thinking about the content of your script for your digital story. So we had our timeline, and on my timeline, I had the Sand Lake 1993 Sand Lake vacation, where I had the video of my sister and I walking down the path together. And I thought that that was a really strong visual metaphor, as my sister and I walking down the path. So I'm going to focus on the relationship with my sister because she's really important to me, and I think that that would be a neat starting point. And I have that video already, and I've got some ideas for music, so I thought that that would be a great starting point for my digital story. So I'm going to write the two words that are most meaningful for me is path and sister. Okay, so I'm focusing mostly on relationships, right? So I just want to try and think about ways or content that I can write about in my mind map. So I'm thinking, I always try to think in WH questions. So I'm going to say what, when, where, why, who. Okay, and don't worry about the how. The how is actually something we're going to talk a little bit about later on. So we're not really thinking about the hows of the project. We're thinking about the content. So the what, where, when, why, and who. Okay, so I'm going to say what, and I'm going to say, I'm going to start using some really descriptive words to describe the video of the path. So I'm going to talk about trees. I'm going to talk about branches. I'm going to talk about a path that's dirt, so a dusty path. I'm going to think about my relationship with my sister and kind of apply it to the video. So I'm thinking, my sister and I have been through some hard times, right? So what's kind of like our path? Hard, rocky, and those are some things I might bring into later. And you don't have to commit to this. We have to free write and let our brain just think of these things, because you never know what's going to jump out at me. Well, I might not use any of this, but at least I've started the thought process. Okay, so trees, branches, path, dusty, hard, rocky, and then I'm going to think about when. So when did it happen was 1993. I like numbers. I like years. You don't need them. You can say summer afternoon, right? You could say vacation, family vacation. Of course, we have a lot of association with good times during family vacations, right? And you could also, and here you can also talk about who. So who is my sister? Her name's Shannon. And then I'm also just going to associate. I know the name of her name is a river, like a river. I know what else we can talk about. She was blonde when we were growing up. She still kind of is. She's close to me, both in proximity now. And you can, yeah, she's a mom as well. So I'm kind of describing the who. She's hardworking. Um, and my sister is what we call a fighter. She fights. She works. She's a very nice person, but she fights through things in difficult times, and she knows how to survive. She's really good at that. And why? So the why is a tough question. Okay, so you're gonna kind of ask yourself the question, so what? Well, the relationship has really shaped me. She's changed me and who I am, right? So I'm gonna write the why is she's taught me basically how to be a better parent. Okay, so and that's important. We grew up together, and she actually taught her big brother how to be a better parent. So that's why I think I'm doing this about her. She's taught me to be a better parent. Okay, And where, you know, we can describe the location. It was in the woods, it was up north, Canada, and it was on a lake and at a cottage. Okay, so these are just, and you can use some descriptive words if you want. I always like to go through and sometimes in a different color and start writing some adjectives around things, right? So from the video, just use the visuals of what you see. We see shady, we see green, we see my sister's got blonde hair, so like golden, right? She's got a very sunny personality, so sunny. These are all strong poetic words that we can use. We've got, like I said, she's a fighter. My sister and I went through my mom's death together, so we can say tough. We can say, and she's also gentle as well. She can be tough and gentle, so that's kind of a neat contrast there, right? And then we can also say summer afternoon. We can say breezy. We can say hot. We can say the year 1993. We can say a long time ago. I wouldn't say ancient. It might be to you guys because you weren't born yet, but it was a long time ago, right? So we've got a lot of different, we have dusty, we have rocky, and that's pretty much all you need to do for this project task is just get the ideas flowing about your mind map. And then from there, now that I have my mind map is pretty much finished, I'm going to take a picture of this. So I'm going to take a screenshot because I've got it on a dock camera. You might do it on paper and take a picture with your iPhone. That's fine. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that. And I'm going to go into my folder. I'm going to go into my drive here. And I'm going to open up the digital storytelling folder. And then I'm going to go to my folder. And I'm going to go to project task 2. And you can just drop it in there. And we have the music there from earlier. Just drop your mind map in there. And at least I can have a look at it and see that you're thinking about one of your photos or an event from your timeline. Oop, wrong one. Sorry. I'll delete that. We don't need that one here. Delete. Just want to double check that it's the right picture. Okay, there we go. And screenshot is there. And I open it up. I'm just going to have a look, and there it is. There's my mind map, and that's all you really need to do to get started for your project. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a text or an email, and I'd be happy to help you. Thank you. Bye.